episode in the gun class series. We'll be exploring the different contractionary phases, tempo, range of motion improvement, and introducing finishers to your workout. The three different contractionary phases are eccentric phase, concentric phase, and the isometric phase. The eccentric phase is the lengthening of the muscle as your wrist goes away from your shoulder. The bicep will be lengthening, so that's called the eccentric contraction. When we start out in the gym, we're so eager to get started and get the work in. And this means when we lift weights, we just want to get that weight off the ground and curl that weight. However that happens, we don't really care. So this means we don't think about the different phases that are at work when we're lifting. And one of the biggest mistakes we make is forgetting the eccentric phase, aka the negative portion of the workout. Eccentric contraction actually causes more muscular trauma than the concentric and isometric phase. Imagine lifting weights for a year or 2 years and all you're focusing is on curling your biceps, squeezing at the top, getting the eccentric phase of the workout, which is letting the weight down slowly and controlled. And this really boosts the growth of your biceps, and you make tremendous strength gains if you add this to your workout. So the shortening of the bicep as the wrist comes towards your body is the concentric phase. So this is what it will look like whilst training. What happens in this phase is the muscle is neither lengthening nor shortening. It stays static, and this can give you a good burn if done correctly. And number 2 is tempo. So tempo can be summarized at the speed at which the repetitions are performed. So the biceps brachii is made out of 60% fast twitch and 40% slow twitch muscle fibers. This means that bicep growth responds quicker to workouts done in an explosive manner. So this doesn't mean you exclude your slow endurance focused sets. And a quick lesson on how to read tempo for this bicep workout is 40x0. This number 4, the first number 4 represents the amount of time that it will take to lower the weight, which was 4 seconds in this case. The second number represents the number of seconds spent at the bottom phase of the rep. In this case, it was 0. I didn't pause at the bottom. I went straight up in an explosive manner, which brings me to the third number or letter. So the third number represents the amount of time it takes to lift the weight up. In this case, it was X, meaning you must explode during this phase. And so you come up explosively. Exploding up can take 0 to about a second. So the X, there's a difference in, will not all explode the same way. You might take less than a second or a second. So in this case, it's the intent that counts. So be intentional about exploding up. So that explains the X. And then the 0, which is the fourth number, represents the time spent at the top of the lift, whether you should pause or not. So in this case, I didn't pause at the top. I came straight back into the eccentric phase, which is 4 seconds. So doing workouts faster will increase the rate at which oxygen is distributed into the biceps, and it will stimulate your veins to begin to show and get bigger and pop out. And number 3 is improved range of motion, which is the high squeeze and the top squeeze. So if you struggle for range of motion, set out specific sets that work out the top and bottom range of motion. The top range focuses on the upper bicep that's closer to your shoulder, and the bottom works your lower biceps that's closer to your forearm. So the benefits of this is you have a fully educated bicep, and this will also help to consolidate your joints. So if you're struggling for the bottom sweep of the bicep, it might be genetic, but try this workout and see if you can reduce the gap between your bicep. So if you want to reduce that gap there, you want to work on the low squeeze on the lower segment of the bicep. And number 4 is adding finishers to your workout. So on this day I added 21, which is 7 reps the bottom range of motion, 7 reps top range of motion, and 7 reps full range of motion. Most of you know this workout. It's a proper burner. It's a fun way and intense way to finish up the workout. And the second workout that I did, it's got no name, so if you got any suggestions, please drop it down in the comments. And I like this workout because it engages the concentric, eccentric, and isometric contractions of the muscle, and this will make your bicep fully educated in this regard, ready for anything. And number 3, I incorporated the AIRBIKE into the finisher. So AIRBIKE underhand grip, and I did this for about 4 minutes, and it was a proper burner. I could feel my back also being engaged, but my bicep was already exhausted and fatigued, so I really felt my biceps working on this one. So be sure to add these techniques to your workout and give me feedback, and see you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification button.